hello, my dear learners. Today I am so elated to have a very special guest, which is she is very near to my heart, you can say. And I was planning from a long time to talk with her, and she is really a living and true example of how reading benefited her. And in the journey of her English learning, she started reading, and I am just mesmerized. I am surprised when I heard her English and her fluency. So, just without wasting any time, let's dive deep into the conversation. And I would like you all to hear her real experiences and her thoughts about the power of reading. So, yes, Sangeeta, welcome to my channel. I'm very happy today. So, please introduce yourself to my learners as you have visited first time on my channel.
Uh, Okay, good evening, ma'am, and thank you, ma'am, for having me. And I'm so pumped up to be here because I am a die-hard fan of you. So I'm so excited. Okay, so let me introduce myself. My name is Sangeeta Dicholkar, and I'm connecting with you from a beautiful state, Goa. And right now, I am proud homemaker. But if you ask me about my qualifications, so I have done my nursing diploma after 12 science, and I was working in pharmaceutical company as an occupational health nurse, and I have almost 15 to 16 years of experience. But last year only I quit my job because of some health issues, and I am mother to two children. My elder one is 19, younger one is 17. And if you ask me about my hobbies, so I like to read books a lot. I am bibliophile. I like to ride bicycle. I like to listen to music also. And I am enthusiast of this English language because I want to hone my communication skill, and I want to become an eloquent speaker. So yeah, that's all about me in a nutshell. Thank you.
Wow, fantastic, Sangeeta. Fantastic. Means you are having lots of things on your plate, your hobbies. You have many things to do, and I can see you that you are really doing a lot for your speaking English and you are learning this language. You are doing lots of efforts. I can understand by your fluency and how you have successfully developed the reading of habit of reading. So Sangeeta, tell me, were you a voracious reader since from your childhood, or any incident inspired you, or you have inculcated this reading habit in yourself just to learn this language?
Ma'am, I'm very much happy to tell you because I was earlier criticizing people who were reading books. So whenever I used to go to my neighbor's home, I used to see that long big shelf and lots of a plethora of books. So I used to criticize people why they are wasting money for that books. Okay, but now you can't believe at my home there are a plethora of books. Earlier, I was reading books out of burden because someone told me if you want to hone your communication skill, then you have to read books. So I have
Mhm.
just started, and it was very laborious task for me to read books. But I just gave myself 21 days challenge, and I started to read books from Sudhamurti's small books. Okay, that grandma's story, and that book also. First time my son, elder son, he introduced me actually that book, and I just started to read that book. And 21 days I took challenge. I was doing those things out of burden only. As I told, it was really arduous task for me, but I was doing. And after 21 days, I still now I am unaware how that habit inculcated in my behavior. And now I am reading books, okay. And nowadays, instead of taking that cosmetic, because earlier I was very much into cosmetic, because ladies are always interested in that everything. So
Yes.
I was also like that only, but nowadays I am not taking any cosmetic things, any sunscreen, moisturizer, nail paint, lipstick. No, I always invest, and I'm saying here I'm investing money. I'm not wasting money. I'm investing money in books. So like that way, that habit inculcated deliberately effort I have done earlier, but now it's going on very smoothly, and I like to read books a lot. Yes. So that's all about my starting journey.
Wow. So amazing. And one thing I would like to tell you that you are blessed with natural beauty. So you don't need any type of artificial cosmetics to beautify yourself. You are too good.
You made my, and how I believe. See, if you are inner, you are happy with within. Then it shows on your face. No need to apply makeup. Okay, because I'm very much content and satisfied because I'm reading books, so I don't have time for that backbiting and those things. I always engross
Mhm.
myself in reading only. So I think that is the effect on my face. You can see.
Yes, yes, it's glowing like anything. And absolutely very true. You said that if we are content and if we are satisfied within ourselves, then we don't need anyone to be accompanied, or we don't want to mix up, or we don't want to mix up with unnecessary altogether to a different world. You
Yes,
may never know. You may never know, and you feel so relaxed and so peace within yourself. So I can resonate you with this thought that yeah, reading definitely it change your life. It change the way you think.
yes, yes.
Because it same it happened with me also. Right now I am reading Elif Shafak's 40 Rules of Love, and it is not an ordinary love. It is a love with God. And the Rumi, who was born in 12th century, and Shams of Tabriz. So, last night only I just completed it, and really I feel so contented after reading that book. It was just, then I told the summary of that book to my husband, and he said that okay, I'll order that book in Hindi version because I'm not very much interested in reading English, and now he will also read that book.
Oh, that's great.
So, yeah, yeah. So, Sangeeta, if you want to suggest the English speaking learners, then what one tip that you would like to give them so that they can also inculcate this habit of reading?
Okay. So, I would like to tell ma'am your subscribers and your viewers, you just give it a shot and try to read books. Means it is not like that whatever I will recommend, that's only you have to read because as per our test, we have to
Mhm.
read, right? If
Yes.
I say you any book and if you started to read and if you feel monotonous, then it will not work for you. So you have
Mhm.
to check first your test. For example, see, I have started reading by Sudha Murthy's book. Actually, before that, I started to read one book. It is Chetan Bhagat book, and it is Half Girlfriend. Okay, but
Half
after
girlfriend.
that, yes, after that, because it was not my cup of tea, it was not my forte, and I started and I felt so monotonous. And after that, I just gave up that reading habit. Again, I started with Sudha Murthy. So first, you have to check your taste, okay, your forte,
Mhm.
and according to that you just anyone recommend you and you just buy those things and read. No, don't do like that.
Mhm.
You see first your taste. For that you have to take review, you have to just go through some books, and then only you will get
Mhm.
to know what is your taste, right? So like that way you have to just try to inculcate this habit, reading habit.
Yes, yes, because there are many genres like fictional and
Yes,
non-fictional. Then there are autobiographies, and there are motivational, self-help books.
yes, yes,
There are
book.
so many. And
So,
sometimes I love to read comics books also. You might be
okay.
wondering, but they gives us a different pleasure. Like we just feel nostalgic about reading those books.
Yes,
Because earlier when I was in my school time, at that time I was reading the Chacha Chaudhary,
okay.
and yeah, and Tun Tun, like there was one series, and Chacha Chaudhary, and one more book, Chotu Patlu and Lambu
Yeah,
Motu.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
These types
No,
of characters were there. Yeah, so I enjoyed lot reading them, and just we feel so impatient if we stop reading. Then we feel like, oh my God, what happened next? And as soon as that series comes in the
yeah.
market, we
Yes,
just
we
buy
become
it.
very much curious, and because of that curiosity, only you just want to finish that book. Okay, so that
Yes, until and unless. So once I was thinking, when my students, they are not reading, they are not into reading very much, then I was thinking of creating those types of comics for them. But then it would be a great task for me. So I gave up that idea. But if we if we make easy reading comics for them, again they can also feel the same as we were feeling to complete those book, and what's the
Yes.
next now, what's the next. And in our school time we were also getting these comics books on rent. So with
Mm.
50 paisa, 25 paisa, I just pay it for that, and we get that book for 1 hour. And leaving all the homeworks aside, we just keep on reading until it is finished.
You know, ma'am, for that, na, everyone has to take deliberate efforts. If I just insist you, then it will not happen. Okay, you have to take your own experience, and how it will happen. It will not happen automatically. Okay, so deliberately, you just give it a shot now for at least 21 days, 1 month. After that, it will go smoothly. But you know, reading practice helped me a lot. Not only about this language, it because of that my English only not improve, but lots of conspicuous changes happen in my behavior, overall my personality. So
Wow.
there are a plethora of benefits of reading the books actually.
Yeah. So it definitely transforms our life, we can say.
Exactly right, right,
So
exactly. Correct.
if we want to become a better version of ourselves,
Yes,
then books will be quite helpful to us.
yes,
So yeah, very nice. I can resonate with your thoughts also, Sangeeta. Earlier when you started reading and before, when we compare these two aspects, before
mm,
reading and after reading, so
yes.
what advantages or what were the benefits, uh, which what were the benefits in your speaking? I mean, when you were speaking earlier, when were you not you were not reading the books at the time when you are speaking this language, and now when you have read so many books, and now when you speaking this language in English, so does it helped in your fluency or on your vocabularies or your sentence structure? How did it help you?
Yeah, as you told, ma'am, you earlier, as I told you earlier, uh, conspicuous changes and overall improvement. You know, actually, I just want to add here one beautiful quote somewhere I listened that a reader lives thousand lives before he dies, and a man who never reads, who lives only once.
One
Okay,
line.
see
Hmm.
what the meaning and profound meaning in that one sentence is. Okay, and
Hmm.
as you ask me, whatever changes happen in myself, see, it not only help to improve my spoken language, but it improve my knowledge because reading habit. What happen? We explore lots of ideas, lots of culture. So like that way, your knowledge also will improve. Second thing, it enhance your vocabulary because
Yes.
earlier I had very less vocabulary, limited, but because
Hmm.
of reading practice, my vocabulary also enhanced a lot. Okay, because if you want novelty in your communication, then you should have lots of vocabulary. Then only it will looks good. Okay, so like that way, my vocabulary also enhanced. Then my language skill also enhanced. Structure formation most of the time because
Hmm.
when you read, that structure formation get registered in your mind,
Fine.
subconscious, right? So that is another benefit I got. Then you know, ma'am, earlier I was not stable, I was not very much organized, but after starting this reading practice, nowadays I feel that I'm very much calm, organized, and I'm very much focused. Earlier my focused was very small period of time, but now it's stretch because you know reading require lots of attention. Then
Attention.
only you can read actively, otherwise it will not happen, right? So like that way I become very much focused, very much stable, organized. Then another thing, what improving my these things, yes, my empathy also improve a lot because you know when you read book you become more empathetic about that character, and you feel
Hmm.
that you are living that character. And you can't believe, ma'am, I read actually Sudha Murthy's one book, House of Cards, and I was literally crying. So my son,
Oh
younger
my.
son, he came and hit me, Mama, why you are crying? What happened? Papa has told you something. Papa shouted at you. I told no, re Baba, Papa is not shouted because of these books characters. Means I involve
Hmm.
a lot. Okay, so that character's pain, I feel it is my pain. It was my pain.
Oh,
So like that
really?
also that thing happen. Empathy, sympathy also improve.
Mm-hmm. We get totally, emotionally woven with that character while we
Right.
were reading, while we are reading. So every page which you read adds to your growth as well as your wisdom also. So
Yeah.
very rightly you mentioned, Sangeeta. And I want to know till now, how much time have you been reading these books?
Yeah, actually last year I started my this journey, and after starting this journey, after 3 4 months, I started to read books, and I read almost Sudha Murthy's all fiction, non-fictional, all books. Okay, and that time I was reading for 1 hour. So that I was sometimes morning 1 hour, evening 1 hour, because now as I told you, I'm right now proud homemaker. I have ample of time and I'm just utilizing my time. So sometimes
Hmm.
morning time 1 hour and evening time 1 hour. I'm reading one book, and that book's name is A Thousand Splendid Suns by Khalid Husseini, and it is
Ah,
totally about two
ah,
Afghanis ladies. Still now I have not started. I will start from tomorrow. From library I booked this book. Library I got this book. So Sudha Murthy's almost all books I have finished.
you
Not
have read.
once only, once, twice, thrice. Because what is my habit, ma'am? I read one para first time, again second time, again third time, unless and
Wow.
until I get register in the sense, until I digest, I can digest those
Mm-hmm.
vocabulary. Till that time I read. So that is my habit. I am not reading like for the sake of reading and to the finish that
Mm-hmm.
book. Yes.
Okay, okay, okay. Yeah, sir, I got it. So this the book which you mentioned, Thousand Splendid Suns, right?
Hmm.
I read this book, and it is
Oh,
about really, and she suffers a lot.
Lord.
The protagonist of this novel, she suffered a lot, and she was orphan, I think. I read it long ago, but I will tell you. And that man, he asked her to eat the
Yeah,
pebbles,
fables. Yes.
and
I
her tooth, they get, blood came out from her mouth, and he beats her like anything. Really
yes.
very nice story. You will feel, emotionally connected with that
Yes.
character.
Yes.
I have read it, and I don't have that courage to read it again, though
Yeah.
I am having that book in my shelf. But I feel so scared. I
Yeah.
can't bear that pain again for her.
I listen that review from YouTube only. And actually,
Mm-hmm.
what is the thing we have to take away from this book? That lady, she has lots of adversities and precarious situation, but
Hmm.
still she was very much optimistic. So that
Yes.
we have to take from that book. We are
Hmm.
so lucky. Then but we are sometimes we are pessimistic. Okay, so we have to learn from this book. How
Yes.
people are so much encountering adversities, but still now they are optimistic.
The women there, they suffers a lot. I saw one picture also, one movie. uh, Kerala, something was there.
Yeah, yeah, I also listen
Yeah.
about.
So that was a movie in which they very much, depicted all these things, that the women, they are really suffering a lot. They are just a piece. They are like, they all are using them as a commodity, and the machine, like machine for producing children. That's all. They don't have any. They never go out. They can't see the world. So really, it's very pathetic conditions. So this type digital world, everyone is, crazy with the screen. So everyone
Yes,
wants to scroll the reels, and they don't have that, nothing have to do with the political issues. Neither they are interested in what things are going on in our society, and they don't want to read a single page. They are not reading nowadays newspaper also. And the
yes,
news channels, they are horribly, they are, making mountains out of moles. I don't like
yes,
these type of news channel. I never watch. Again and
exactly.
again repeating the same things, I get bored. So what would you suggest to those, learners, those who are wasting their time in just scrolling mobiles and watching reels and wasting time on screens, but they are not
Yes,
reading, but they are not into reading the books.
yes,
So how can we motivate them through
yes.
this video if they will see? So how will they get motivated? I mean, in your opinion?
Yes, for sure, ma'am. Because it is my tried and tested experience. I'm not giving you any preach or any you can say upadesh like that. Okay, it is my own experience. So what I want to tell you that you are all subscribers. See, I was also initially just scrolling my mobile and I was also taking lots of inputs. But if you ask me right now, I don't know anything. Okay, output is zero. What is the use of
Hmm.
knowledge that you can't use that knowledge for your betterment and for your improvement? Okay, so if you read books now, then what I can actually say, books are our best friend. You will get one companion because nowadays finding a best friend, it is not so easy. Okay, because people are very much doing cheating and those
Yes.
things. So books are our best friend also. And if you read books, as I told, holistic development will happen. Your personal growth will happen. Okay, so if you want to do your personal development, personal growth, you have to start to read books. And it is, ma'am, it is now one sort of meditation on also. Because when you read books, na, it your meditation also happening simultaneously, and you feel so tranquility. You feel so serene, so calm, so you can take your decision also nicely.
Hmm.
Every corner means every area of your life, you feel that you are abundant, and you have that ability to take wise decisions. So reading will help you. So I just want to tell all of your subscribers, you just try. You just give it a shot for your betterment. It is not for another person. And books are not so much expensive also. If you go to Miso,
Hmm.
you will get a good amount of discount. Okay. So you
Yes.
don't worry. You can't give that excuse that books are very expensive. No,
Hmm.
nowadays it's
Correct.
very cheap rate also. And if you can't buy those books now, you just enroll yourself in one library. Yes,
So
that's all.
very nicely explained, Sangeeta. You have very nicely explained the importance and the power of reading books, and really they can change your life. They will add to your wisdom, and they will take you in a different world. And very nicely, you have said that one sentence that a man who reads a book lives thousands of lives, and a
Yes,
man who doesn't read a book, he lives only once. So
yes,
yeah, really,
right.
it's a so nice thought, because someone takes so much effort in writing the books, and we are the one who are just consuming that thought.